Hi everyone, my name's Carmen. This is my first ever YouTube video for hopefully what will become my booktube channel. I'm very new to all the social media stuff. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at bookish.cj. am also on Goodreads and Fable, but I am still learning, so there's not a ton there, but I am working on it. So forgive me for any awkwardness and while I'm trying to learn all the super fancy techno stuff. But I decided to go ahead and make a video, and I decided to do a book haul of a recent trip to Barnes & Noble that I had, so I'm going to go over those books today. Thank y'all very much for anyone who does see this. I don't know if anyone ever will, but it'll be nice for me to at least go back and see what my thoughts and everything were before I read the books. Alright, so let's get started. So first is How Bad Things Can Get by Darcy Coates. This follows character Ruth, who, along with a famous influencer and hundreds of their followers, gets invited to Prosperity Island, where they are going to have 5 days of games, drinking, just having a fun time. However, guests start to go missing, and they discover the island's history. Some of her history starts to come up as well, as she's also the sole survivor of an infamous cult. And so secrets start getting discovered, and the guests have to wonder if they really were brought to paradise or what's really going on. So that one sounds super interesting. I love me a good little mystery thriller, so that one seemed right up my alley. And just look how pretty that view is. Gorgeous. Book number 2 is The Roommate Arrangement by Samantha Markham. This one is following Blair. She is dropped from her previous housing arrangement with her 2 best friends because she's very type A, I guess. And in order to continue with her plans, as she already had figured out, she ends up agreeing to become a 5th roommate with 4 other individuals, one of which she discovers is her brother Sawyer's best friend, Jamie. And in order for him not to tell her brother about the agreement, she makes a deal with him to help him with the application. And so they make a deal with each other and then start spending time together. And I think we can all see where that's going. But look at that cover too. That's another one that just really stuck out to me. And it's a really cute little cover on there as well. Next is In Time With You by Kristen Dwyer. Look at that. All these covers just... they say you can't judge a book by its cover, but they're what get your attention first. This one is following, I'm going to say their name wrong, Nieve. It's Nieve, and her boyfriend Carter dies saving her from drowning, and she blames herself, and his best friend Max blames her as well. She escapes going to a family member's house, well then she wakes up a year previously on the first day of college, and in her desperation to save Carter this round, she pushes him away, but as she does that, she gets closer and closer to Max, so she has to kind of decide which way she's going to go on that front. Love the time travel aspect. That's really cool. I don't know if they're going to explain the why, but it may not even be important to the story, but it seems fascinating, and so I'm really excited for that one as well. Next, I'm going to say the author's name wrong. It's called Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon by Mizuki Sujimura. I don't know if I said that right. This one is about Ayumi. He is the go-between between the living and dead when they want to arrange a meeting to be able to talk with a deceased person. It has a bunch of different people. It's a free service, but it has to happen under a full moon. It has a bunch of different people that are wanting to meet with different ones, so you kind of get to see a bunch of different stories what that happened through this service. So that just sounded like a really interesting concept, and this is already like a big book in Japan, so I decided to give this one a try because I really liked another one I read, The Man Who Died 7 Times, which is another one that kind of started big in another country and then came to the US, so I'm excited to give that one a try. Next is Don't Swipe Right by L.M. Chilton. This one is following Gwen. She just broke up with her boyfriend for a reason she can't even fully understand herself, but unfortunately, her best friend is about to get married. In her desperation, she turns to dating apps. And then, unfortunately, a serial unaliver pops up in the city, and she becomes the prime suspect. And in order to clear her name, she has to go backtrack through the people that she's met through the dating apps to try to find out who the actual serial unaliver actually is. So that one sounds really interesting. On the list is by one of my favorite authors ever, Leigh Bardugo, and it's The Familiar. It's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of the book with this pretty sprayed edges. And actually I got a book plate because I got my Six of Crows duology signed at BookCon, but I got an extra book plate from one of the booths, and so I'm able to have their signature in it too, which is awesome. But anyway, squirrel. This follows Lucia, who's able to do illusions, and she ends up going to try to impress the royal court, but she's just determined to keep her ancestry a secret with the help of a boy, I'm going to say it wrong too, Gillen, who also has his own secrets which threaten to destroy him. Sounds like it's right up my alley, and I absolutely love Leigh Bardugo, so I'm super excited to read this one at some point, and I'm super excited to have the signature in it too. So that's that one. Next is Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. This one sounds fascinating. And really funny too. This follows Ray, who as she's dying is able to go into her favorite fantasy book series world, and she wakes up in the castle of her favorite fictional character, the once and forever emperor, but she comes to discover that she is actually the villainess in his story. And look at that. I mean, that just speaks for itself, and Leigh Bardugo reviewed, so this one sounds like it's gonna be hilarious because I love like assistant to the villain and stuff like that, so this one's going to be really good. I'm excited to read that one soon. And last but definitely not least is Pieces of the Night by Jennifer Hartman. I've already read some of her books and I really enjoy her writing. It's really easy to get through. And just look at that gorgeousness. It's beautiful. I don't even know how to really describe this one, so I'm just going to read the little thing on the back. I already had a life, a future, a man I'd promised forever to, but the night I found Chase Rhodes bleeding, broken, and more lost than I was, everything changed. I wasn't supposed to let him in, wasn't supposed to write music with him in secret beneath the moon. What started as a quiet escape became something unstoppable. Our songs caught fire, and now the whole world knows our names. Music has a way of pulling the broken together, even when the timing is impossible and the fallout inevitable. But some hearts don't settle. Some songs were never meant to stay quiet, because the night I saved him was only the beginning, and loving me might be the last risk he'll ever take. I mean, it looks so pretty and it sounds like a gorgeous story, so I'm really excited to read this. I have a couple of others I also need to get to, but I've read like Older and Hearts, the Still Beating, which I've enjoyed both of those, so I'm kind of excited to get to that one as well. But yeah, that was my first ever book YouTube video. I'm sorry, it's rambly. Hopefully I'll get better. Just excited to share those books, and can't wait to read them and share my reviews about them as well. Like I said, I'm at bookish.cj on TikTok and Instagram. I'm working on building those more. I'm trying to build up a stock of content, so if I get busy during the work week, I'll still keep up with everything. I have some content from BookOn to do, and some backlog of wrap-ups I wasn't doing when I wasn't doing any of this, so I'll have those posted at some point as soon as I can. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.